And we should be good to go. So we'll get started. Everyone, we want to welcome you back to the Arkansplorer Trivia Show, episode 9. We've been doing this fun show for 9 weeks now at the University of Central Arkansas Center for Community and Economic Development. And we are so excited this week to bring on our friends from the Winthrop Rockefeller Institute. I'm going to let them introduce themselves before we get started and share a little bit about the gameplay. And I'm going to introduce myself if you've never watched before. I'm Shelby Fiegel, the director of the Center for Community and Economic Development at UCA. And I'm going to be your host this afternoon. And I have my trusty companion, Will Gloucester, our graduate assistant. He's going to be our scorekeeper today. And he's going to do a fantastic job. We're really excited to have Will on. So I want to introduce, like I said, our team from WRI. We're going to go in alphabetical order introducing everyone, and I'd like for you to just state your name, your position at WRI, kind of your background, and then also as a part of the show, we allow the winner of the game to donate $34 to a charity of their choice. So I also want our participants to give a shout out to their charity that they're playing for today. So Janet, I think I'm going to let you go first, and I'll turn it over to you.
All right. Well, thanks, Shelby, and we're excited to be here. I'm Janet Harris. I'm the Chief Programs and Marketing Officer at the Winthrop Rockefeller Institute. And I've been in various positions in Arkansas, state government and public sector for about the last 25 years. The charity that I want to play for today is Bethlehem House of Conway. They are a homeless shelter here in our community that does really great work with our unhoused population. So I don't know if I can stand up to Peyton and Molly, but that's where I'd like for my funds to go. Should I win?
Well, I think it's just good that we can give these nonprofits a shout out on here for anybody that might be interested in learning more about them or donating themselves. So now I'm going to turn it over to Molly.
Well, I'm Molly Thomason. I've worked at the Institute for 15-ish years in various departments, but I'm currently the programs assistant. I've been in that position for a little over a year. I'm from Arkansas, from Black Rock, Arkansas, in Lawrence County, up in the northeast part of the state. And today I am playing, if I win, for the A Twist of Faith charity. They focus on trying to find a cure for arterial tortuosity syndrome, which it was started by my cousin Andrea, who's also from Cabot. Hi, Andrea.
Well, that's great, and I'd never heard of that organization before, so I learned something today. And last but certainly not least, I'm going to turn it over to Peyton.
Hi, I'm Peyton Christenberry. I'm the Senior Program Officer at the Winthrop Rockefeller Institute. I was born and raised in Benton, and now I live in Conway, graduated from UCA, so awesome to be on a UCA trivia show. Done a lot of work recently and ongoing with rural health efforts, which sort of colored the charity that I picked, so I wanted to go with the Arkansas Hunger Relief Alliance. Food deserts and availability of fresh food, especially now, is a big challenge. So throw some support their way.
Thank you, Peyton. Once again, we're so glad to have the three of you on the show today. I expect it's going to be a very competitive show. We're going to have a lot of fun together. And before we delve into our questions, I do, for anybody that hasn't watched the show before, I want to do a quick overview of how the gameplay is going to function. So in our first round, we're going to have 30 questions. Each participant receives 10 questions each. If a participant gets a question wrong, the other two have a chance to steal that question. Simply raise your hand. Whoever has their hand up first, Will's also going to help me keep an eye on whose hand goes up first, gets to steal the question. There's no penalties for guessing, so we always encourage you to guess even if you have no clue what the answer might be. And those questions are going to be 10 points apiece in the first round. Then we'll move into round 2, where we have 15 questions, 5 points apiece. Same thing with the stealing, except the questions are worth 20 points apiece in round 2. And then we go into our final round, where Will's going to give you your point totals. And you have one question that you get to answer, and you get to risk your points. You can decide to risk it all. You can decide to risk nothing. You don't know the question before we give it, but we will share a category that'll give you a hint about the nature of the question. And we'll let you all risk your points, write down your answers, and that'll determine who our winner is. So pretty short and sweet and to the point. With that, we're going to get started. And like I said, we're going to go in alphabetical order. These questions were randomly assigned to each of you, so no telling what you're going to get. And since we're talking about the Winthrop Rockefeller Institute, I think it would be appropriate to start off with some questions about WRI and Governor Winthrop Rockefeller. So our first question for Janet is, the Winthrop Rockefeller Institute is located in central Arkansas atop Petit Mountain on the grounds of former Governor Winthrop Rockefeller's what? So what? Go ahead, Janet.
Cattle ranch.
That's correct, cattle ranch. Got it right. So we're going to move over to Molly. Molly, what year was the Winthrop Rockefeller Institute established?
2005.
That's correct, 2005. Okay, Peyton. What organization's vision is, we envision a future where every person is empowered to bring their unique perspective to bear on the most monumental challenges and participate in the search of solutions, for solutions.
It's really familiar. Winthrop Rockefeller Institute.
Oh, wow, that is correct. We like to start off the game with some easier questions, so hopefully you'll get comfortable, and we'll twist it in at the end with the harder ones. No, just kidding. Okay, we'll go back to Janet. 50 years ago, Governor Winthrop Rockefeller issued his proclamation of the month of May as what month?
Senior Citizens Month.
That is correct. Good job. Molly, what month was Governor Winthrop Rockefeller born in?
May.
Correct. Okay, now we're done with the Winthrop Rockefeller question. Might come back. Okay, Peyton. What year was milk designated as the official state beverage? You get a hint for this. This is also the name of a popular Bowling for Soup song that contains the lyrics, since Bruce Springsteen, Madonna, way before Nirvana, there was U2 and Blondie.
Mean 1985?
Correct, 1985. Janet, what is the official state mineral?
Crystal quartz.
Okay, nope, not crystal quartz. Official state mineral. Okay, Molly, you went up first.
Bauxite.
Bauxite is correct. Oh, Janet, missed that one, but you'll get a chance to get it back. Okay, Molly, in 1783, the blank occurred at Arkansas Post. It was a only Revolutionary War skirmish in the state. This skirmish shares the name of the host of The Late Show.
It's the Colbert Incident.
Correct. Peyton, a nationally known women's basketball team, the All-American Redheads, formed in 1936 in Cassville, Missouri. The team moved to Arkansas and kept their name. Originally, the team sported what that inspired the team name? So they all had what that inspired their team name?
All had red hair?
Correct. They all had natural red hair, right. Could have been a trick question. Somebody could have been like, well, that's kind of obvious. Okay, Janet.
It worried me.
Janet, which of these is not a city in Arkansas? A, Foreman, B, Keogh, C, Pangburn, or D, Mercer?
D, Mercer.
Correct. Mercer's in Tennessee. Okay, Molly, how many hot springs flow from the southwestern slope of Hot Springs Mountain at an average temperature of 143 degrees Fahrenheit? You can be within 5 of the actual number.
53?
That's technically within 5. It's 47. So, or I'll give it to you because it's very, very close. Very, very close. I'll give you that one. It's 47 hot springs. Okay, Peyton. Arkansas Christian College began in Morrilton in 1922. In 1934, it moved to White County, is now today known as what university?
Oh. Say it again.
Sure. Arkansas Christian College began in Morrilton in 1922. In 1934, it moved to White County and is today known as what university? So we kind of gave you a hint in there, sort of.
You did, and I'm drawing a complete blank. And I know that they know it. So I don't even have a good guess. It's just completely gone.
That's okay. Well, I'm not sure whose hand went up first.
I'm not sure either, but I think Janet and Molly put them up at the same time.
Janet, do you know whose hand went up first? Does anybody want to?
Janet, steal it.
Okay.
Harding University.
It is Harding University, correct, Janet? I think Janet's fingers were kind of like excited.
I was
She
waiting.
was all Mr. Burns-ing it there.
Okay, so we're going to move. Next question to Janet. This trail on Petit Mountain is a 2-mile round-trip hike that begins behind Mather Lodge and has been designated as a National Historic District. What is the trail?
Oh, I'm going to be mad because I'm going to get this wrong. It's not the Boy Scout Trail, but that's my guess.
Not the Boy Scout Trail. I also did not see whose hand went up first when I was reading it.
I think it was Molly
Okay.
on this one.
The Seven Hollows Trail.
It is not the Seven Hollows Trail.
Go, Peyton.
Cedar Falls Trail, right?
It is the Cedar Falls Trail, correct.
Clearly, Molly and I need to do more hiking when we're up at the Institute.
That's
Seven
fine.
Hollows is 4 miles, and the Boy Scout Trail is like.
Okay, so I think we're back to Molly though. Petit State Park has 2 lakes which are stocked annually with fish, including channel catfish. Can you name these 2 lakes?
No, I cannot. I don't even have a guess.
Can anyone else name the 2 lakes?
Do we get half the points if we name half the lakes?
No. But you guys might know this one, or I would have given you hints. So sorry about that. I didn't know the name of these lakes either. I'm not gonna lie. Any guesses?
One's Lake Catherine, I think, or no.
Up on Petit State Park.
Yeah, no, nothing.
Lake Bailey and Lake Roosevelt. So now we know. Now we all know. Okay, Peyton. This museum displays a collection of 50 regularly rotated vintage vehicles loaned from museums across the United States, dating back to 1904. What is the museum?
The Automobile Museum on Petit.
Correct. Janet, the origin of this town's name is open to conjecture. Perhaps the 300-foot-high rock face at the river's edge reminded early explorers of natural sights in the country of Turkey, or perhaps the early French explorers and holder of the 600-acre Spanish land grant in the area, Jean-Baptiste Dardenne, is the source of this town's name. What is the name of the town?
Dardanelle.
Right, correct. Okay, Molly. Alice in Arkansas is the most comprehensive depiction of financial need in Arkansas to date. It upends conventional views of financial stability based on unemployment and job reports. What does ALICE stand for?
I do not know, once again.
No problem. Does anybody else have a guess what ALICE stands for? That's okay. Okay, so it's asset limited, income constrained, employed. So that's the new program in partnership with Entergy and the Winthrop Rockefeller Foundation. Your cousin, distant cousin, I think is how all the Winthrop Rockefellers and Winrocks refer to each other. Okay, I think we are back to Peyton. What professional football team from Arkansas competed in the Continental Football League in 1968 and 1969? This name is inspired by natural resources within our state.
Oh,
Kind of what we're known for. I'll spread the hint a little bit.
I hope the Arkansas Diamonds.
Correct, is the Arkansas Diamonds. Speaking of diamonds, Janet, the crater of Diamond State Park encompasses 911 acres of woodland along what river?
The Washita.
Not the Washita. Does anybody have a guess at what river it might be? It's okay if you don't. It's the Little Missouri River. Little Missouri River runs through the Crater Diamond State Park. Okay. I think we're Molly. Colonel M.G. Kelso surveyed and laid out the city of Magnolia, modeling it after what college town in Mississippi, which he had previously surveyed?
Oxford?
Correct, Oxford. Okay, Peyton. This dam is located 6 miles north of Murfreesboro. It was authorized by the Flood Control Act of 1941 and was constructed on the Little Missouri River as a project for flood control and hydroelectric power. It leads into Lake Greeson.
Ooh. I legitimately don't know. You found a gap in my waterways and infrastructure knowledge.
This question was inspired because I actually went to Lake Greeson for Memorial Day weekend, so that's where this question came from. Does anybody have a guess? It's a Narrows Dam. Have you ever heard of Narrows? It's the space that encompasses that Daisy State Park and all the fun things to do down there. Janet, we're sticking with our nature theme. This mountain in Claiborne County rises 690 feet in the air. It is an erosional remnant of the Little Red River. What is the name of the mountain?
Sugarloaf.
It is Sugarloaf, correct. Okay, Molly. To celebrate the recovery of a tornado in 1976 that caused millions of dollars in damage, a Central Arkansas city initiated an annual festival in 1978. What is the festival's name? And I can't tell you the city's name, this is the hint, because it would give away the festival.
I do not know the festival's name.
Okay, does anybody have a guess?
I'd have to get you to repeat the question, I feel like, and I'm not even sure I have one then.
To celebrate the recovery of a tornado in 1976 that caused millions of dollars in damage in this city, a Central Arkansas city initiated an annual festival in 1978. So to celebrate their recovery of the tornado. What is the festival name? And I can't tell you the name of the city because it would give away the festival's name. Any guesses? Has anybody ever heard of Cabot Fest? And Cabot, yep, Cabot Fest.
Yeah, did not know that history though. That was
I did not know that either, but I tried to get that hint in there about the city's name being in the festival's name. I think we are at Peyton, is that correct? Yes, because we just had Molly. Okay. In the past 50 years, 2 bypasses have been built around this Central Arkansas city, the DeWitt Henry Highway and Highway 67-167. What is the Central Arkansas community? It's also an uncommon community. That was a hint.
Oh boy. Nothing. Janet, want to steal?
Anybody want to steal?
My guess would be Sherwood, but
not Sherwood. So this is one of your uncommon communities. Molly, got any ideas?
Would it be BB?
It is BB. Okay, good job, Molly.
Nice.
All right, Janet, this restaurant in Keogh, Arkansas has one of the best pies in the South, according to Southern Living magazine. What is its name? It's named after a woman. I'll say that. That'll be the hint.
I don't know.
I think you know what we're talking about, though. You just can't remember the names.
I know what you're talking about, but no, I don't remember the name.
That's okay. Anybody got a guess? Peyton seems like he wants to dig in the deep in the back recesses of his mind to get this one.
I feel like we've had a discussion about this with previous, like other teammates of ours. If Terry was here, he would know it right off the top of his head and probably knows the wait staff there.
This does seem like an establishment I think Carrie would very much frequent.
No, but it's not coming to me.
It's Charlotte's Eats and Sweets. They have delicious food and pie. Okay, Molly, this natural gas field's development began in 2004 and became recognized as one of the 10 largest gas fields in the United States. What is its name? After a Northwest Arkansas city.
I have no idea, so I'm just going to say in Northwest Arkansas City, Springdale.
No, not Springdale. Janet, do you have your hand up?
The Fayetteville Shale.
Correct, Fayetteville Shale. Okay, Peyton, true or false? In 1924, the U of A erected a wireless apparatus and began broadcasting it as KFMQ radio, later changed to KUOA. It is recognized as one of the oldest radio stations in the world. True or false?
True?
It is true. That's right. Okay, and we go back to Janet. The Arkansas State League began in May 8, 1934. The league's creation paralleled a rapid growth in professional baseball minor leagues across the country. Can you name 2 of the 4 Northwest Arkansas communities that were involved in the league when it started in 1934? So you just have to name 2 of the 4 Northwest Arkansas communities it was started in. Guesses are totally welcome on this question.
Fayetteville and Bentonville.
Yep, you got it right. Fayetteville, Salem Springs, Rogers, and Bentonville. Okay, Molly. This famous Arkansan is an award-winning designer, a nationally known gardening and lifestyle expert, and the host of 2 public television programs. He has appeared on shows such as CBS Early Show and The Today Show on NBC, and even on the Weather Channel, sharing design and gardening tips with viewers.
Okay, oh my gosh. I can see his face. Alan Smith,
Yep.
is that right?
I think that intense, whatever you did,
I brought it forth.
it got you through. Okay, Peyton, last question of the round.
Ooh.
Arkansas native Jay Russell directed what film starring Frankie Muniz? The film tells the story of a 9-year-old Willie Morris as he is given a Jack Russell Terrier for his birthday and how the dog fundamentally changes several aspects of his life.
This is My Dog Skip.
It is My Dog Skip. That was one of my favorite movies growing up. And I did not know that was directed by an Arkansan. So the more
Neither.
Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Will real quick for him to give you the scores from round 1.
We have a 3-way tie. Everyone has 80 points.
Seems about right.
Had
Yeah.
that happened before? Okay. I said it's going to be an intense game. All right, we're going into round 2. Reminder, the questions are worth double, so there were 20 points each. And we'll start out with Janet. Drivers heading south from Newark in Independence County on Highway 122 will see an isolated one of these dividing a line between a wooded area and a farm field. This marks the only remains of a once vibrant, hint, but now dead community of Akron, Arkansas.
The cemetery.
Yes, cemetery markers, cemetery, yes, correct. Okay, Molly, can you name one of 2 battles held in Camden during the Civil War? And I'm giving you a hint for this. You got a hint. Listen very carefully, though, because I made this hint up, and it could be really confusing. Fortified building, place to keep watch. That's one of them. Fortified building, place to keep watch. Or substance of death, originate or arise. Fortified building / place to keep watch. Fortified building's the first word, and place to keep watch is the second word. And then the other one is substance of death. And then the second word is originate or arise. I don't know if that helps.
Wow. My Civil War knowledge is not great.
Mine is neither. That's why I tried to help with hints, but I don't know.
Yeah. Wow. Too bad I can't phone a friend. We do have a Camden native on our team. But I don't even have a guess. I'm going to let someone else try.
Anybody want to guess on my clue? This is Peyton.
Fort Watchtower? No?
That is very, very, very close. Very close. Extremely close. Janet tried to guess based on Peyton's extremely close answer.
I'm not getting any closer.
Okay, it's the Fort Lookout skirmish. If you had said Lookout, I definitely would have given it to you. And then the Battle of Poison Springs. So substance of death was poison. Originate or arise is the definition of spring. So I tried to help. It was hard though. That's a hard question, Molly. Okay, Peyton. The Southern Tenant Farmers Union was an organization of tenant farmers formed in 1934 in Poinsett County. The union was notable for three things: racially integrating unions in local areas, relying on evangelical church traditions and meetings, and utilizing the work of women at all levels in the organization. What city is the Southern Tenant Farmers Union located? In Northeast Arkansas. It's a pretty small town in Northeast Arkansas. Okay, we are back. And anybody that's rejoining us, I do want to apologize for those technical difficulties. We were kicked out of Zoom, but we're back and stronger and better than ever. And we had a good heart-to-heart during our during our time away. We do have a correction that we need to make, and we want to make sure that everybody gets the points they deserve. So I'm going to turn it over to Janet to explain how she received an additional 10 points from the first round. Oh, you're on mute, Janet. Sorry.
Yeah, so I think the question was, what is the official state mineral? And crystal quartz was my answer, which is true. Crystal quartz is the official state mineral. Bauxite is the official state rock. The only reason that I felt necessary to protest that is because my friends and former colleagues at the Secretary of State's office would be so ashamed of me for not knowing that. So anyway, thank you for the correction.
We want to make sure that we are being fair at UCA at the Arkansplorer Trivia Show. And this game is so close. I think every point is going to matter until the end of the show. So we are going to go back to where we left off, which is our Southern Tenant Farmers Union question. And the Southern Tenant Farmers Museum is also located in this community. And we were on Peyton, Northeast Arkansas community. Peyton, do you have any idea?
The only name that bubbled to mind is Paragold?
Is not Paragold, but I think that's a really good guess. And Molly's hand went up first, so we're gonna. Molly,
I don't really know the town for this reason. I know it for another reason, but is it Tyronza?
It is Tyronza. That's correct. Yep. Got it. You got it. Okay. Well, we're gonna move on to our next question for Janet. What minority group played a critical role in the organization of the Southern Tenant Farmers Union? And you kind of got a hint from the last question. So what minority group played a critical role in the organization and administration of the Southern Tenant Farmers Union?
Was it the AME Church?
Not the AME Church. Does anybody else have a guess? Minority group. The key. Peyton?
Marshallese?
Nope, not Marshallese. Molly, got any idea?
If
I had just read the question, you all would have gotten this immediately. Because
is it Black people, African American group?
It is not. It is women. So in the previous question, I said they utilized women at all levels of the organization. So that was a little unfair to you all because that was my hint if we had read it just before. Okay, so moving on. I think we're on Molly now. This Civil War battle is considered the most pivotal battle west of the Mississippi River, taking place on March 7th and 8th, 1862. This battle secured Missouri for the Union and opened Arkansas to the Union occupation. In what northwest Arkansas town did this battle take place?
Pea Ridge.
It is Pea Ridge, correct. Peyton, we're going to go back to a Winthrop Rockefeller question.
Ooh.
Having already participated in the Battle of Guam, future Arkansas Governor Winthrop Rockefeller set out for the invasion of Oconwa. On April 2nd, 1945, he was wounded in the kamikaze attack on what ship? I actually got this question from the Winthrop Rockefeller Institute Facebook page, from the archives.
Oh my gosh. It's not the Roosevelt, is it? No.
It's not the Roosevelt. Janet slowly raised her hand, so I think we're going to go over to her.
The USS Enrico.
That is correct. Yep, you got it. Okay, Janet. End of the Line is a film set in the fictional town of Clifford, Arkansas, and it deals with working class issues on the loss of job security, worker entitlement, and the powerlessness of average people when up against faceless corporations. The film stars Wilford Brimley and Arkansas native Levon Helm, and features supporting roles by what actress who is also known for her role in The Incredibles? She plays Elastigirl in The Incredibles. I'll give you another hint.
Probably not going to help me. Molly, you take it away.
Maybe Helen Hunt.
Oh, not Helen Hunt, but I know where you're going with that because the name is close. Peyton, you got any guesses?
Helen Hunt was the name that popped into my mind as well, and I knew it was wrong.
Oh, y'all are so close.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not going to come to me.
It's Holly Hunter.
Yes.
Hunter, yeah. So Helen Hunt, I think that y'all had the H in your head.
I didn't know Wilford Brimley was from Arkansas. I learned something new.
Yeah. And that movie also starred Kevin Bacon. So another interesting fact. I believe we are back to Molly. Is that correct? Because we just had Janet. John Hugh Reynolds, Arkansas author and founder of the Arkansas History Commission, now called the Arkansas State Archives, was born near Enola on January 3rd, 1869. John Hugh Reynolds was also the longtime president of what college in Conway?
University of Central Arkansas?
It's not UCA. I think that was a trick question because you're all UCA graduates. I knew your mind would go there. Peyton?
I mean, I guess going through available options. Hendrix?
It is Hendrix. That's correct. Hendrix College. Okay, Peyton. Fatima Robinson was described in the New York Times as one of the most sought-after hip-hop and popular music choreographers in the world, and was once named by Entertainment Weekly as one of the 100 most creative people in entertainment. She is from Arkansas and is notably choreographed what Oscar-nominated film starring Jamie Foxx, Beyonce, Eddie Murphy, and Jennifer Hudson? It was a musical.
I guess would that be the new Annie?
Not the new Annie. Molly?
Dreamgirls.
It is Dreamgirls, correct. Dreamgirls. Okay, back to Janet. What Arkansas family became famous for being on the TLC network show 19 Kids and Counting?
The Duggars.
Correct, the Duggars. And move back to Molly. What Arkansas University is an independent residential institution in the liberal arts tradition that is associated with the Arkansas Baptist State Convention? Baptist being the key.
Will you say that again?
Sure. What Arkansas University is an independent residential institution in the liberal arts tradition associated with the Arkansas Baptist State Convention?
Is it Williams Baptist University?
Not Williams Baptist. Janet?
Arkansas Baptist College?
Not Arkansas Baptist. Peyton?
Central Baptist College?
It's not Central Baptist. Okay, it's actually Washita Baptist University. So, oh my gosh, I thought we were eventually gonna make it around, but we have a lot of Baptist universities in the state. I think this goes to Peyton. What is the most frequently used name for the annual football game at Arkadelphia between Washita Baptist University and Henderson State University?
Read that one more time.
Sure. What is the name most frequently used for the annual football game between Washita Baptist University and Henderson State University in Arkadelphia? So the annual football game for HSU and OBU. What's the rivalry game called?
Don't have it. I don't have it, and I should.
Okay. Anybody got a guess? It's the Battle of the Ravine. Have you guys ever heard of that? Battle of the Ravine. Okay. This goes to Janet. Born in Smackover, Sleepy LaBeouf, it's spelled beef, but it's buff, I believe, was a rockabilly musician who performed for more than 50 years. He shared the stage with a long list of greats such as Elvis Presley, Roy Orbison, Kenny Rogers, and Glenn Campbell. He earned what nickname because he is said to be able to play as many as 6,000 songs from memory? Something that might be able to play 6,000 songs from memory. Peyton, you got a guess?
The jukebox?
That's right. The human jukebox. You got it right. Hey, Molly. Ernest Hemingway is connected to Arkansas via the Pfeiffer family who lived in Piggott. Hemingway was awarded the Pulitzer Prize for Literature in 1953 for which of his novels? Pulitzer Prize in 1953 for which of his novels?
Old Man in the Sea?
It is Old Man in the Sea. I think that's probably one of his most popular novels, too. Okay, final question for Peyton. The California Gold Rush resulted in Western demand for meat, and thus many Arkansans sought profit by driving cattle west. All of these cattle drives took place in which northern Arkansas city as their common starting point? And they either followed the Cherokee Trail or in the route of the Butterfield Overland Mail Company. So North Arkansas Community. You just guess any of them up there. It's one of the bigger ones.
Springdale?
Not Springdale. Does anybody have a guess?
Fayetteville.
Not Fayetteville. Janet, you got a guess? Just some community up north that's big.
Harrison?
Not Harrison. It's actually Fort Smith. So I was careful not to say Northwest because the people of Fort Smith would be very angry with me if I said Northwest. But if I'd said River Valley, that would have narrowed it down, I think, pretty significantly. So
I don't think of Fort Smith as being north, but I guess it is north of here, right?
Yeah, that's why I tried to, if I'd used the term River Valley, I feel like it may have given it away. So I was trying to be careful with my words. Okay, so I'm gonna let Will tell us our scores after round 2 and our adjustment to round 1. So Will take it over.
Quick question, because I had to answer the door during this question. Did anyone get the Battle of the Ravine question?
They did not.
Okay. All right, so then after round 2, we've got a tie between Janet and Molly of 150, and then Peyton has 120.
Oh my goodness, this is
Close game.
very, very close, extremely close. So for your final round, remember you can risk as many points as you want. You don't have to risk any points at all. We're going to get you to write that down on your sheet of paper before we give you the question. But I am going to give you the category. And the category of the final question is diseases. Diseases. Related to Arkansas. And we'll give you just a few moments to write down your bid. And just let me know when you're ready. Molly's ready. Janet's ready. Peyton's ready. Okay. Final question of the game. What disease played a small but very formative role in Arkansas history when, as a result of the devastation of his army and navy in Haiti by this particular disease, French Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte decided to sell the Louisiana Territory, which at the time included the future state of Arkansas, to the United States? So what disease played a small but formative role in Arkansas history? Napoleon Bonaparte's army and navy were wiped out by the disease. And then he decided to sell the Louisiana Territory, which included the state of Arkansas. Give you a few moments and just let me know when you're ready, when you have your answer written down. Janet's got hers locked in. Janet's face is made of steel. I don't know if she's very confident. She's not giving anything away. Okay, Molly's in, locked in. Peyton's locked in. Okay, now on the count of 3, I'm going to ask you all to show your piece of paper to the camera for everybody to see your answers. So 1, 2, 3. Got malaria, tuberculosis, and Peyton there's yellow fever. Okay, so Peyton actually got this correct. It is yellow fever. He risked 80 points. And I believe that secured Peyton the win.
Oh, man.
Man.
There you go, Peyton.
That last question, Peyton came from behind. And I think he even reconsidered his answer.
I did. I had malaria at first, and then, yeah.
It's yellow fever. So just so you know, Janet and Molly can curse yellow fever forever for losing them the game. Never have to think about that again. So Peyton, I want to congratulate you on winning our trivia show today. You guys were all 3 winners, though. I mean, this is the closest game I think we've had in the 9 weeks that we've been doing this trivia show. And it was kind of a shocking ending coming from behind. It was a lot of fun. We hope that you guys had fun on the trivia show, and thank you so much again for taking time out of your busy schedules to be with us. And we also want to thank the Winthrop Rockefeller Institute for supporting our program, our Community Development Institute, CDI 2020. We're just really thankful to have a strong connection with your team and just have you in our network. And Peyton, once again, I do want you to remind everybody of what nonprofit we're going to be supporting.
Yeah, that'll be the Arkansas Hunger Relief Alliance.
Arkansas Hunger Relief Alliance, which is, like he said, a great organization to support at this time as so many Arkansans are in need. And with that, I think that we're going to log off the show. Everybody wave bye to whoever's watching. Bye, everybody.
Bye.